Good morning, everybody. Good to see everybody in this room. Shannon, thank you so much for the introduction and for chairing this morning's breakfast. We get another round of applause for Governor-elect Wes Moore. Not only feeling under the weather, but recognizing how important it is to be with us today, to be a true partner with Montgomery County, which will be a welcome change from the last 8 years, in my humble opinion. And I'm looking forward to working with him and Lieutenant Governor-elect Aruna Miller and Comptroller-elect Brooke Learman and everybody in Annapolis to continue doing good things for Maryland and for Montgomery County. Important stuff, good partnerships. And you know, the Committee for Montgomery, every single one of you does great work in our community. The collaborations, the partnerships to make sure that each and every one of the 1.1 million people who live here are healthy, are housed, have a social safety net under them, are educated, have jobs, can safely get around our community. That is the important work that we all do here, and the reason that you all are here right now. In a quick scan of the room, we have incredible leaders and activists and business owners and entrepreneurs, and I just want to thank you for your engagement and for being here. And I also, looking around the room, I see a number of my colleagues on the 20th Council of Montgomery County, which is the most diverse council we have ever had here. Representing the true diversity of our community, home to 4 of the 10 most diverse places in the United States, and our council is a majority female. If all of my colleagues could please stand and get the appreciation that you rightfully deserve. I am very excited to get to work with them collaboratively over the next year, over the next term, over the next 4 years, and we've got a lot of work to do. But I think it's also important to take a look at what we've done, particularly over the last year or two during the pandemic. We had a global pandemic here, but we also had the highest vaccination rate in the entire country. And again, that is part of the collaboration with everybody in this room, making sure that our students, our teachers, our workforce, our employees, our bus operators, everybody had access. And when they couldn't get access, we went out and made sure they had access in their neighborhoods, in their churches, and their houses of worship. We also passed the largest budget Montgomery County has ever seen, where we made sure that families are protected in the social safety net, schools get the funding that they need, and we continue putting money into economic development and transportation priorities so that we can continue moving our community forward. And we did all that, as I noted, during the pandemic. But looking ahead, we have some more work that we have to do, and the work that we are going to do is going to be focused on social equity, on inclusion, on diversity, on economic development, because as Governor-elect Wes Moore said, we can grow our economy, but be inclusive in the way that we do it. And I know that's what I and my colleagues are devoted to doing as well. But looking forward into the next year, we're going to continue making sure that every single person in Montgomery County has access to safe and good quality housing, recognizing that whether or not you are just recently a college grad trying to afford a place on your own, if you are a young family with a child or two on the way, that you can afford to live in Montgomery County, and if you are an empty nester and want to get out of your single-family home and maybe downsize, we need to make sure that every single person has an opportunity to remain in Montgomery County and safely age in place. And when we say that Montgomery County is open for business, we really have to mean it. And I'm committed to making sure that we do continue making sure that we are economically competitive, not only for emerging entrepreneurs, but our women and minority-owned businesses, disabled-owned businesses, and those who want to continue moving to Montgomery County because we are the 4th largest biotech hub in the nation. and we need to continue building off of that. I'm also particularly excited that one of the first things I did as council president was create a new committee, the Economic Development Committee, so that we have more time in Rockville to talk about these issues. Because whether or not you want to help bring more Fortune 500 companies to Montgomery County, if you want to help make it a better place for emerging entrepreneurs, or if you also want to talk about closing the racial wealth gap, wage inequality, or providing more support for small minority businesses, this is the committee to go to. This is where we're going to have the conversations. This is where we're going to look at regulations and policies to make sure that we continue growing, not only here in the state of Maryland, but also that our stature in the region will continue to grow. So I'm really excited about the Economic Development Committee. And also, there's more work to be done with regard to our federal partnerships, and I appreciate Senator Chris Van Hollen being here, and the entire federal delegation who provided Montgomery County nearly $200 million during the pandemic. And that is what kept our residents healthy, safe, and housed. And as he noted, we have some of those funds remaining, and so we're going to continue using that in the correct way, and making sure that we are mindful of our budget and our taxpayers as well. And so, in closing, I just want to say thank you. I am really excited to be starting this council, to be starting this legislative session, not only with each of you, but with my 10 other colleagues on the council, because we got more work to do. And the only way that we here in Montgomery County are going to continue moving forward is making sure that every single person in this room and all of our networks out of this room do this work collaboratively. That is the only way we're going to succeed. It is true to who we are as the most diverse place in Maryland, which is the most diverse place on the East Coast. Looking around this room, I know we're all committed to it. I'm committed to it, so let's get to work. Thank you all very much.